All right. Bungie has just dropped their big weekly news article, and they're giving us all those juicy details about the new game mode Pantheon coming to Destiny 2. We're going to be slaying raid gods. About to get crazy. Before we jump into that, though, we're going to go through and show everything else that they're talking about. They got all these screenshots here that you can save. If you didn't see that cutscene, that Ikora, what does it mean to be a guardian, or what is a guardian cutscene, that was really cool. And so now you got these really cool wallpapers. The art team absolutely carrying right now with crazy stuff. All right, then we've got the preview, the recap of everything, the developer insights, etc. So let's go ahead and jump right into the juicy stuff. First things first, ready to challenge gods? Oh yes. We've already shared some details about Pantheon, the new PvE challenge that will start on April 30th. It involves not only a gauntlet of raid boss encounters currently available in the game, but also a few twists on how to approach them. We're keeping some details close to the chest, including the list of enemies that you will face, but since you are all eager to know more about it, the goal of Pantheon is to relive those incredible and heroic moments that raids always deliver, while also changing what you expect from some of the encounters many of you already know so well. Prepare to be nimble, adapt your strategies, or throw them out the window, and your fire team will find success. Pantheon will increase in scale and difficulty each week, starting with 4 bosses in the first one and growing up to 8 in a row on May 21st. Got it. We'll start off with 4 bosses with the first Pantheon, and it goes up to 8 bosses. Very interesting. Each time a new boss is added, the active modifiers will rotate and the power cap will change, starting with players at 5 power below, all the way up to contest mode, equivalent to 20 power below. Wow, so we're actually going to be seeing Bungie utilizing contest mode outside of raids now. This will be the first time they've ever experimented with this, and they're going to be doing this with this new Pantheon mode. We're going to be taking on essentially a gauntlet of raid bosses in consecutive order, which sounds just awesome. I could not be more excited about something like this. This is right up my alley. As difficulty goes up, so does the pool of available rewards. You can get adept raid weapons, deep sight versions of raid weapons, and even exotic weapons. Some rewards are weekly and others are linked to pursuits or triumphs, like the 4 new emblems, but many will also depend on your performance. We challenge you to complete each encounter before the bonus timer expires to get a platinum score and the greatest rewards. Got it? When April 30th arrives, we hope you have trained and prepared yourselves, Guardians. Jax will have the quest you'll need to start your journey to become a God Slayer. Really? So the title is going to be God Slayer? That's amazing. That's a title. That's a seal that I will chase after. I don't chase after too many titles, seals in Destiny 2. But God Slayer? That's what's up. Yeah, that's the title, waiting for the champions to conquer Pantheon. That's amazing. I will definitely be getting that and not taking that off. Very exciting stuff. We got updating the HUD. And one thing that people were talking about as well is that they're actually going to be removing this from the game after the final shape comes out. So be mindful, it's kind of a limited time event thing. Maybe they'll bring it back in the future, who knows. Updating the HUD. Today we have some news to share about the HUD update coming in the final shape. To that end, we leave you in the capable hands of the UI and UX team. Destiny 2 has over 2,000 player-facing buffs and debuffs in the game. 2,000? Jeez. These can all appear on the HUD. Subclass verbs, armor charge, pervading darkness, or text to help you triangulate a signal on Neomuna. Prior to the final shape, only 4 buffs could be displayed at once, meaning important buffs were continuously being pushed off the screen. With this system, we were asking players to constantly juggle a lot of information in their head. In worst cases, this limitation would cause players to miss feedback about important activity mechanics that led to teams being wiped. Yes, that was a big problem. Now they're going to be adjusting this. They have a quality of life change coming to the HUD in final shape. Visually prioritize important buffs, okay, and increase the number of buffs that can be shown. All right, here we go. Let's see what this looks like. New buff channels. Okay, so we've got critical info channel, top center, weapon channel above super meter. Here's a visual of how these are organized on screen in addition to the existing channel where all other buffs are shown on the left. Got it. We got that up there. Got the buffs to the left. Okay. Stuff down here as well. All right, the UI is about to be crazy. It's going to be looking like a freaking CNN. You got stuff going across the top, stuff going up and down the left and right, the side, transparent stuff in the middle of the screen with your reticle and everything. About to get crazy out here. Let's take a deeper dive into what occurs in each of these channels. Critical info. We've got the modifiers that appear here are important for successfully completing the current activity. This includes things like wipe mechanics, rolls, Deep Stone Crypt's operator role, or other special mechanics activity that are beneficial for you to notice. So above the top center is going to be important mechanics. We got unstable light. Right, this one's very important. gonna be right there. Be very easy to see. It's, you know, basically in the center of your screen, just above the middle. So I like that. I like the placement of that, and I think that that's really good to have that front and center. You'll see this channel appear in prime real estate underneath your health and shields. Since we want players to focus on only the most important modifiers here, this channel will not display more than 2 modifiers at a time, so at a maximum of 2 of these important modifiers, which is good, because obviously if there was 4 of these stacking here, it could get pretty crazy. It would just be, your entire screen would be covered with text potentially. So that's nice. Weapons, you'll find weapon-related modifiers showing up in the space above the super meter, convenient close to where the weapon information appears. Given the high uptime on a lot of these buffs, we wanted to split them out from competing for space with everything else. We've got the 1 for all perk here, and we've got 1 quiet moment. That's nice, right above the weapons, so you can kind of gauge what's going on that a little bit. Can be kind of hard to see it sometimes down there, but you know, that's fine. I think that's good that it's on screen and you're aware of timers for that stuff. The space here is restricted, so only 2 of the most important weapon modifiers will show up here. Got it. And then we have prioritization. As part of these changes, we've made a prioritization pass to help the most relevant buffs and debuffs in the moment stay visible on screen. Even when there's a lot going on, higher priority buffs will push lower priority buffs out of the HUD display, which is interesting that they create the higher and lower priorities, because sometimes even the lower priority ones are still important to know. We'll see how that feels with not being able to see all the buffs on screen. Obviously, there's just so many. I don't know if it'd be possible. You'll find these buffs generally prioritized as follows: highest activity information, second to second gameplay choices, and then short to medium term gameplay choices. So we've got amplified, temporary ability bonuses, and then the last one we got passive buffs useful for learning or confirming intuition, includes ability regeneration buffs and temporary stat. That's good. I mean, they do have the prioritization right. So that's good. Update to buffs appearance. In addition to setting up 2 new channels in the HUD, the team also took a pass at the readability of our buffs and debuffs. This is nice. Okay. I have no idea what I'm looking at just yet, but I mean, you know, we've got up and down, and so you've got green and red. See what each one of these stand for. All of our green buffs and red debuffs now have a thick line weight on top of them, or on the top or bottom respectively, to make them easier for colorblind players to read. Subclass related buffs and debuffs maintain their diamond shape. They more clearly indicate whether they're buff or debuff in nature. Okay, so the arrow going up, buff, and then arrow going down, debuff. Got it. And then the green to match, or you know, buff is positive. I got it. So healing rift is going to be green, and you'll have the timer there. Got it. The timer is now displayed on the left of the buff icon. Previously, it was displayed after the buff name. This should make it easier to know when a buff or debuff will expire, no matter how long its description might be. We've got future considerations. As many of you noticed, some footage shown on April 9th, the Final Shape developer gameplay preview showed an in-development HUD channel that was on the right side of the screen. During development, we got a lot of feedback that this was pulling players' eyes to unfamiliar parts of the screen, and that it's too much of a change all at once. That's why we refocused the display in the Final Shape, and we'll evaluate adding other channel in upcoming releases after we have learned more about how players react to the changes announced today. What do you think? What would you like to see on that channel or moved into it? As always, your feedback is invaluable to us. Got it. I think these seem like good changes overall. You know, I think this is, you know, the HUD has been pretty out of date. It's just had 4 lines there, so this is good. And it's a lot more, I like the colorful visuals too. Weapons rotating on June 4th. Okay, so we got the weapons that are leaving Trials with Cyrus, so be mindful. We've got Unexpected Resurgence, Glaive, Cataphract GL's leaving, be mindful of that. Last week's April 23. Messenger Pulse Rifle, May 14th. Igneous Hand Cannon, May 21st. The Braytech Rocket, it's April 9th. Loaded Question, April 23rd. Iron Banner, got Jorm's Claw, Bite of the Fox, Pressurized Precision, Storm of the Raven. So be mindful of all these weapons leaving the rotation. Obviously, new ones will take their place. Then we have the Kilts for Kids fundraiser. This is an awesome thing that the Bungie Foundation does every year, and they've raised over 850,000 days, so that's awesome to help a good cause. Very cool. You can win this emblem here if you like this like kilt emblem. And that's it. That's the player support report. They have the list of known issues as per usual. Let me know your thoughts about this week's TWID, a spicy one in my opinion, and definitely looking forward to these changes to the HUD, the UI, and then also Pantheon sounds like it's going to actually be really sick. And I cannot wait to jump into Pantheon and grind out these raid boss challenges and help carry you on the live stream. So make sure you're following the channel here and following the channel on Twitch. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.